Surfing the MASH Tsunami brings you 3 major stories from the world of steatotic liver disease. This weekend, we're bringing you each of these stories separately so you can listen over a shorter, discrete period of time. Hope you enjoy them.
For the last 5 years, MASLD stakeholders, whether manufacturers, trial sites, providers, payers, patients, or investors, have turned to surfing the MASH tsunami to keep track of drug and device development, epidemiology, public health initiatives, and practice patterns.
Surfing the MASH Tsunami is sponsored by these healthcare-related organizations. Novo Nordisk. The Surfing MASH podcast platform and series are proudly sponsored by Novo Nordisk, a global healthcare company driving change to defeat serious chronic diseases. Novo Nordisk has no impact on the content or information provided within this podcast episode.
Regeneron is a leading biotechnology company that invents, develops, and commercializes life-transforming medicines for serious diseases. Founded and led by physician scientists, their unique ability to repeatedly translate science into medicine has led to numerous approved treatments and product candidates in development, most of which were homegrown in their laboratories. They are shaping the next frontier of medicine with data-powered insights from the Regeneron Genetics Center and pioneering genetic medicine platforms, enabling them to identify innovative targets and complementary approaches to potentially treat diseases like obesity and MASH.
LiverRight and the LiverRight Scanning Network. LiverRight is America's first virtual specialty clinic for liver disease, offering adults in all 50 states video appointments and helping GI practices and health systems triage and treat the swelling numbers of patients seeking MASLD and MASH testing. LiverRight offers same-week video visits and accepts insurance. For more information, contact LiverRight. That's liver then R-I-G-H-T as if one word, at www.liverright.com.
Tawazun Health, your partner in global liver health innovation. At Tawazun Health, we specialize in providing small or large-scale access to FibroScan examinations for liver health-focused early detection, clinical trials, independent research, and collaborative projects with clinicians and FibroScan providers, now in over 30 countries around the globe. As industry-leading experts, we design and deliver high-quality FibroScan services because we know that accurate, high-quality, reliable data drives better outcomes. To learn about Tawazun Health or our sister lifestyle app, MyLife365.me, click the Tawazun Health link on the Surfing MASH homepage. In this conversation, the second part of the roundtable, the program leaders, Wayne Eskridge and Elena Samsonova, join Louise and Roger in discussing how the fellowship program is structured, what the pillars of the program are, and why all 4 believe it can be uniquely effective.
This, I think, is a rather exceptional episode for Surfing MASH. We've not had one with so many patient advocates in such exciting roles for a while. As I mentioned in my introduction, this week we were talking about the Stephen Harrison Fellowship Program as part of our ongoing effort to remember our co-founder, Stephen, and also to salute this really fantastic program that was put together, I guess, under the auspices of SteatoticLiver Foundation. So with us today, Louise is here today. Louise, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you very much. And to see so many people across this beautiful screen, I'm excited for this one.
Actually, it's even more exciting than you know, because it used to be that we could only have 8 people on at once, and they only recently upgraded their capability to 10. And we have 9, so we've never done that before, and that is exciting. So with us, we've got 2 of the key people in founding and organizing the Harrison Fellowship. Wayne Eskridge from SteatoticLiver Foundation, who's been with us before. Wayne, how are you today?
Hey, Roger. I'm really great. It's a real pleasure to participate in this. I appreciate you giving the foundation and the fellowship heads up. It's a good opportunity for us.
I think it's a good opportunity for all of us, for the entire community. As the community grows more global and more complex, programs like this become more important and more exciting. And then we have with Elena Samsonova, who, if it's Samsonova, please forgive me, who runs this fellowship program. Yeah. Elena, how are you today?
I'm great. Thank you. We've just had our team meeting, and it feels so exciting to welcome 20 fellows to actually be part of our group and to start this school year with them. That's really great.
So, Elena, since you've not been on the podcast before, one thing we do at the end of our introductions for first-timers is we ask you to tell us one thing that we wouldn't know about you. It's a little bit out of the ordinary if you didn't tell us.
I don't know if you know it. I shared with some of the fellows. I came from Russia to the United States, and I've been working in health advocacy for a number of years, for a long time. But I come from the HIV world, and I just recently transitioned to liver health, and I'm excited about it because it's such a pressing matter in health right now, not just in the United States, but all over the world.
I guess this is Jeff Lazarus, who I can think of, who started out in HIV, and then when there was some control over HIV, went to Hep C, and then when the Hep C vaccine did not stop liver disease, wound up here, because I think it ultimately straightened out the other problems. This is the one that comes along. That's fantastic. Thanks. Let me ask you to do me a favor, Elena. Please introduce these 5 fellows who are on the phone with us, and then I'm going to ask each of you, as Elena introduces you, to tell us the one thing about yourself that our audience might not know if you didn't tell them.
So I'll start with our international fellows. Our cohort is truly international because we have 3 people joining the fellowship this year from Europe. 2 of them are here. First, Stephen Rodriguez from the UK.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Steve Rodriguez. I live in Preston, which is in the northwest of England in the UK. Professionally, this year I was awarded the Hidden Heroes Award from the British Liver Trust for all the volunteer work I do for them, which came as a complete surprise. So that was nice to be recognised for that. So
congratulations. And while everybody is muted, we are all applauding mutedly.
So we have Silvana Lesidrenska from Bulgaria. I'm sorry, Silvana, if I butchered your last name, please correct me. But it's exciting to see how Silvana is bringing her experience from Hep B world. I guess she'll share a little more about that.
You can never pronounce my last name correctly, so don't worry. It's too complicated. So I'm Silvana. I'm a patient with hepatitis B. I was diagnosed almost 20 years ago. When I discovered my disease, I didn't know anything about it. So with other patients, we decided 2010 to create a patient association. And since then, I'm running it. And I've been really passionate about patient rights and patient involvement in every step of the treatment, of every step of the care. Because I think medical expertise is one thing, but patient perspective and feedback and real life feedback it's really important. So for the past 15 years, I've been running the organization, doing a lot of activism, a lot of campaigns, and I'm part of Liver Patient International. At the end of the day, I'm just a patient who wants to learn more. That's it.
So next is Julie Peyout from Canada.
That's right. I'm from Toronto, and something people might not know about me is that I'm a great-grandmother. Another thing is that I am a cancer survivor, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, long-standing. So I've been on different medical journeys, one of which was cancer, and I am a NASH patient.
So we have that in common, and congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a great thing to be on the other side of, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Next up is Pam Miller from Ohio, United States.
Okay, I'm Pam. Something you don't know about me. I'm actually 69 years old. I'll be 70 in April, and everybody says you look like you're in your 50s, and I still work full time, and I am a MASH patient, and I was discovered 24 years ago when I was excitingly going in for a gastric bypass surgery and thought I was going to be skinny when I came out, and they cut me open and said it was the worst liver they ever saw, and they did a biopsy, closed me up, aborted the surgery, and I've had to lose what weight I have lost on my own. When I went in for surgery, it was almost 300 pounds. So,
but you look fantastic, and you certainly don't look anywhere like 300 pounds now.
And the trouble is keeping it off. That's the hard part.
The famous comedian Jackie Gleason, Pam, once said that he was the best weight loser in history. He lost the same 50 pounds 20 times.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been in stage 4 ever since the beginning, and even though I lost all the weight, it is still stage 4.
Last but not least, Melanie Smith from Kansas, United States.
Hi, thank you for having me. I am excited to be one of the fellows. Something you may not know about me is I am a soon-to-be grandma myself in February. I'm very excited about that. And I am a stage 4 MASH cirrhosis since the beginning when I got diagnosed at 36 years of age. age. I'm 52 now. So that's almost, 16 years. I live with hepatic encephalopathy as well and found my life in advocacy. And so I'm very thankful to the Fatty Liver Foundation for this lovely opportunity.
Yes. Wayne, you folks have done fantastic things. I don't need to say that now. I say that all the time. Okay, so thanks, everybody. Julie, let me ask, what does it mean to you to be part of this process? And what's the greatest benefit that you personally take from it?
So it really is a privilege to be part of this group, the inaugural group especially. And I think for me, just the whole learning process is going to be fascinating and challenging. And I'm looking forward to that. And personally, what I'm going to take away from it is greater knowledge and hopefully meeting people and taking away some of their knowledge and maybe taking it into my community and being able to help others and advocate and really being able to share with patients the fact that they can be a part of the team and they have a say in the process of their diagnosis and their treatments, and being able to share that with other people, I think, is very important. So I hope to be able to do that.
I wanted to ask Wayne and Elena, actually, how is the program structured? What are the steps in the program and what are the main outcome goals for the inaugural program for Stephen?
So the program has 4 main pillars, as I call them. Is mentorship. Is we have a group of mentors that guide us in what actually can be beneficial or useful for our fellows. As you know, our fellows come from different levels of experience. Some of them are just launching on this journey. Some of them are very experienced, but in other fields and crossing over to MASH and other phenotypes of SLD. Some of them are experienced in MASH-related research and interactions with policymakers and regulators, so they need more advanced and fine-tuned materials. Our mentors help us build the program to respond to these needs. Another component is education. It's built around learning sessions. We don't call them courses or classes. They're not. It's a conversation with a mentor where fellows get safe space and opportunity to ask very direct questions, I should say. Our first session is coming up really quickly this week. We're excited for it. It's with Dr. Michael Curriman. He's both a hepatologist and industry leader. So he has this fantastic blend of experience, both being a healthcare provider and representing the other side, the industry side. So the third component is networking. It's very important to just be there at the right time to meet the right people and be out there available to build new connections with researchers, with the providers, with the industry. And our first 2 meetings, they were smaller ones in terms of they happened in Europe. 2 Paris meetings. Roger already mentioned that he had a chance to meet the fellows there. So we had 2 of our European fellows coming to those meetings, and they already started providing the input. It was scary. It was not easy to stand up in front of the microphone, but they did it, both did it, and provided actually great insights. And what happened after during the networking hour is I saw huge amounts of people just waiting to meet the fellows and build these connections. So that's how they become visible. The third component is very important too. It's a fellowship in the sense that we support each other. In our diverse group, we have people with medical background, and they help other fellows to, make sense of complicated news in the research world. And we just bring whatever we have in our background for the common purpose, for learning purpose, and we just support each other. So these are the 4 components of the program. Going to meetings is going to help build the connections. We're planning to see most or all of our fellows are the ASLD, the liver meeting in November. So excited for this one.
I would expand on that a little bit. We're also going to have programs from, for example, folks with FDA background, regulatory processes. Virginia with the Liver Forum, she's been teaching regulatory science for a long time, and she's putting a course together for the fellows to fill them in on the nuts and bolts of the regulatory process. So we'll have programs with researchers, people of clinical trialists, the various segments of the industry to, just educate people. And we'll provide information on a regular basis to the fellows just as background and education. So it'll be a robust flow of information for the whole year that they will have an opportunity to participate in.
And that's exactly it. We get all of these things and we make the movement, and advocacy is so strong now. And I think it turns around to where we were at the beginning of the episode, where somebody was saying that you know more than the doctor. Actually, patients are experts in their own care and should be. Doctors and myself, I do lots of different things as well. So I expect them to come and tell me as well and update me. So I think it's a pleasure to hear about the program and how it's actually structured to do that. So absolutely fantastic.
So first of all, Louise, I think your distinction between they are versus they should be is real. And processes like this, I believe, you folks tell me if I've got this wrong, are how you transition yourself. So someone who should know more to someone who does know more. And then by sharing, you enable other people to know more as well. And knowledge is powerful. So Stephen was a remarkably colorful guy verbally. It painted pictures with words, which is a remarkable thing. The mission of this podcast, in fact, is a Stephen Harrison phrase, which is we're trying to make a dent in fatty liver disease. Let me ask each of you, and we'll roll it backwards, a little Elena and then Wayne go last. Where do you see yourself making a dent in fatty liver disease or steatotic liver disease? I got correctly noted, Wayne, to include alcohol and ALD and med-ALD. Where do you see yourself making a dent in steatotic liver disease? Personal, the one place where you really want to bang on it and leave a mark that you could sign if you or at least paint.
So I would say my experience from Paris meetings, from the Liver Forum and Paris MASH meeting is exactly what I envisioned. When the patient advocates speak up and ask for things, they get a response and something happens after the conference as well. So we had an important message that Una Kitely, she's not here on the podcast, it's our fellow from Ireland. She brought up a very important thing, that patients being part of the clinical trial of the research, they never hear back how they really helped move the science forward. What was their place? What was their contribution? So they spent all this time and effort in helping advance research, but they never hear back like, this is what you helped us find out. Even if it's an unsuccessful trial, they still want a closure. So she brought it up, and we heard clinicians and trialists actually hearing that message and responding to her at the conference with a lot of witnesses. So that's a really powerful moment, not just a one-way communication. Okay, you send your message, you prepare some kind of a claim, and then nothing happens. We want to see the dialogue, and that's personally how I want things to look for the patients.
So, Elena, I want to comment about that because I thought that moment was rather amazing. One of the things that struck me about that particular exchange is that it converts somebody from a patient into a person. You're the listener. And what I mean by that is, if you tell a patient that the trial failed, that's bad news. If you tell somebody who's committed to the disease that the trial failed, well, that's a sad outcome, but it's not bad news, because if we're gaining insight and knowledge and we know how to do things better in the future, then that's part of the contribution. And doctors are very comfortable seeing themselves that way. If my trial fails, it doesn't mean I fail. But for Una to make that statement and for people to understand that advocates and patients are on the same side of that issue that they are, I thought was really powerful. And I know that's a moment that really stuck with me. So thanks for bringing that up.
On behalf of the surfers, our guests and our sponsors, Novo Nordisk, Regeneron, Liver Right, and Tawazoon Health, thanks for joining us this week.
Please join us again next week for a series of roundtables and interviews covering major recent issues in the world of steatotic liver disease.
And until next week, stay safe, surf on, and we'll see you again on Surfing Mash Tsunami Podcast. Bye-bye now.